play golf on this course. And to make it interesting sometimes, they put bets on holes here and there. So one time he bet his friends, he said, how about this? We'll play first hole is a penny and we'll double it from there. Let's just see how it goes and see how the game goes. So 1 penny, first hole. How much do you think the 18th hole was worth? So if the first hole was worth only 1 penny, and then we double it from here, the second hole is worth 2 cents, the third hole is worth 4 cents, and so on. So we can write a rule. This is an example of an exponential growth because each time the money is growing by a set rate. So here's the formula we can use to fast forward to the 18th hole. Y is going to represent how much money we're going to end up with on the 18th hole. A is always going to be our initial value. Well, we started with 1 penny for that hole. 1 is going to be, we're either going to do 1 plus if it's growth or 1 minus if it's decay, meaning it's going down. The R is always going to be our rate. Since it is doubling, it is growing at a rate of 100%. Think of your rate as a percent. What's the percent growth or the percent decay? Since it is doubling, that's 100% growth each time because it's doubling. So I'm going to do 1 plus 1 representing 100% growth. T is going to be our time, or in this case, the number of holes that we're going to be calculating this from. So this would be my generic equation. I could also put this as an X, where X is representing the whole number. All right, so let's figure this out. 1 plus 1 is 2. So, and I want to know what the 18th hole is going to be worth to see how much money they're betting on the 18th hole. If they just keep doubling a penny. It's just a penny, right? All right, let's see. So I'm going to put into my calculator 1 cent times 2 to the 18th power representing the 18th hole. Holy cow! $2,621.44 is how much the 18th hole is worth. So I wonder what his friends thought when they got to the 18th hole. Okay, let's say you just bought a new truck and it cost you about $45,000. We all know that they decrease in value as soon as you drive it off the lot. In fact, they depreciate the most the first year and then subsequently less. Now, just for argument's sake of this math, I'm going to say it depreciates an average of about 15% per year. I looked it up and it was about 20% the first year and then 15% and then 10% for a few years. But just for this problem, let's assume a 15% depreciation rate. So that's how much the value of the truck is going to go down each year that we own that truck. So if I want to figure out how much my truck is going to be worth in 10 years, I can use my exponential decay formula. Y is going to represent the amount that my truck is going to be worth in 10 years. A is always my initial value. The truck was worth $45,000 when we bought it. I'm going to use the minus because we know it's going down in value by 15%. Make sure you convert it to a decimal by kicking the decimal place 2 times to the left. So I'm going to plug in 0.15. We always just move it 2 places to convert from a percent to a decimal. My rate should always be plugged in as a decimal. T is our time, so this is going to be the number of years that we own the truck. All right, we're ready to do the math. So, how much is my truck worth? I could subtract this, or I could just leave this as 1 minus 0.15. Either way is fine. T is going to be our years. We're wondering how much the truck is going to be worth in 10 years. So, we're going to put that into our calculator. I'm going to type 45,000 times 1 minus 0.15 raised to the 10th power because it is, I'm wondering in 10 years what it's going to be worth. So my truck in 10 years will be worth $8,859.35. I'm rounding it to the nearest penny. Since we're talking money, it's always good to round to 2 decimal places. So Now you know how to figure out depreciation. All kinds of things depreciate. When you guys are figuring out your taxes in the future, company equipment depreciates. So any kind of equipment that you would have for a business. So this is a very useful scenario that is used in everyday life all the time.